अलग दिख रहा है because actually I am on one node but मुझे दिख रहा है 3 फोन में. हाँ, I think now it's one node.
अभी दिखा मैम.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, yes. चलो, तो अभी देखते हैं concept of molecular weight. It is extremely important concept because like how many number of monomers are there in the polymeric chain, that depends the many properties of polymer, like what will be the molecular weight. Okay, molecular weight decide किया तो what will be its viscosity define किया तो फिर अलग जो भी properties है वो सारे molecular weight पे depend करते हैं. Now over here the concept of molecular weight with respect to polymers is little complicated. It is not that simple because these are macromolecules. Okay, जैसे कि मैंने आपको बहुत बार ऐसे I think example दिया है. If I ask you molecular weight of water, तो आप directly बता दोगे. Molecular weight of calcium carbonate, then you used to tell me yes ma'am it is 100. Okay, H2O का it is 18 gram per mole. Okay, NaCl you will tell me 23 plus 33.5. Then that answer you will tell me gram per mole. Why? Because every molecule of calcium carbonate will have one calcium, one carbon, and 3 atoms of oxygen. Every molecule of water will have 2 hydrogens and 1 oxygen. Then it is very easy to tell the answer of molecular weight of simple molecules. But what about these macromolecules? What about these macromolecules? That is nothing but I'm talking about the polymers. क्योंकि इनमें क्या है, जो n है, whatever small n that we write outside the bracket, ये जो small n लिखते हैं हम, वो n कभी भी fix नहीं होगा. It will never be fixed. Okay, it will never be fixed. It will always be a range. Let's say for example I'm writing here 15 to 20. So suppose I'm synthesizing a polymer in the lab, correct? So it is actually तुम कितना भी controlled reaction क्यों ना करो, let's say you're performing the reaction under highly controlled environment, but yet you cannot be sure that all the polymers will have same number of monomers. Okay, so let's say it will have 100 molecules having n equal to 15, then you will have 500 molecules having n equal to 18, and like that. So that's the reason why, just because of the fact that these macromolecules, they will have different number of monomers in their structure. So in a given sample of polymer, it will not be one single value for molecular weight, but it will be a distribution. Okay, it will always be a distribution. So that distribution, as it will be a distribution, you cannot have one single value, but instead it is very much appropriate to talk about average. Okay, तो एक नंबर, कोई फिक्स नंबर नहीं होगा, इसलिए हम लोग एवरेज मॉलिक्यूलर वेट के बारे में बात करते हैं. एवरेज मॉलिक्यूलर वेट. नाउ एवरीबडी नोज राइट व्हाट इज, let me just finish this graph. Number of molecules. Okay, so on y-axis it is number of molecules. On x-axis I've shown the different molecular weights that we can have depending upon the number of monomers. Correct? तो इसलिए हमको एवरेज कंसिडर करना पड़ेगा. तो एवरेज क्या है वो तो सबको पता है. करेक्ट? एवरेज हाउ डू यू फाइंड आउट? वी नो हाउ टू फाइंड आउट एवरेज. ऐड करना है एंड देन डिवाइड बाय द टोटल नंबर दैट वी हैव टू डू. बट एवरेज ऑल्सो, एवरेज भी मॉलिक्यूल, मतलब इतना सिंपल तो ये मॉलिक्यूल है ही नहीं. एक तो एवरेज कंसिडर करो, ऊपर से not just average in terms of one quantity or one entity, but average in terms of different entities. So you have different concepts like number, average molecular weight, number, average molecular weight. It is represented by mn bar, and second one weight, average molecular weight. Okay, weight, average molecular weight. So it is MW bar. There is one more, viscosity average molecular weight, and there are actually a few more also, but in our syllabus we have only two, number average and weight average. विस्कोसिटी एवरेज का एक एक्सपेरिमेंट है जो अमृता लैब्स है ना, वर्चुअल लैब, इट हैज गॉट वन एक्सपेरिमेंट ऑन विस्कोसिटी molecular weight of polymers. Okay, वो हमारे सिलेबस में नहीं है, इसलिए we did not perform that experiment, otherwise we would have performed that experiment. But I'll tell you कि why there is number average, why there is weight average. So from the name it is very clear that the average of the molecular weight is taken with respect to number of molecules. Okay, just understand with the help of name, मतलब name suggest करता है directly, it is self explanatory that average is taken with respect to number of molecules, and in the second the average is taken with respect to the weight of the polymer molecules. Understood? In viscosity average it will be molecular weight average with respect to viscosity of the molecule. Correct? तो ऐसे है, बट ये डिफरेंट डिफरेंट टर्म्स या मॉलिक्यूलर वेट रिप्रेजेंट करने की क्यों है पॉलीमर्स में, अंडरस्टैंडिंग दैट्स इट इज इम्पोर्टेंट बिकॉज देयर इज नो सिंगल मेथड. नाउ आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट व्हाट मेथड, एक्सपेरिमेंटल मेथड. ओके, हम लोग जो न्यूमेरिकल सॉल्व करने वाले हैं विद द हेल्प ऑफ फॉर्मूला, प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड इट इज अ थ्योरेटिकल मेथड. आपको कोई कुछ नंबर देगा एंड उस नंबर से आपको बस कैलकुलेट करना है, दैट बिकम्स अ थ्योरेटिकल मेथड. But if what if I want to actually perform an experiment and find out ki what is the actual this thing, the molecular weight. तो experimental methods जो है वो अलग अलग है, and depending upon which experimental method you are implying, that tells you कौन सा वाला molecular weight आपको मिलेगा. अगर ठीक है वो बाद में डिस्कस करते हैं कि कौन से वो एक्चुअल मेथड्स हैं. फॉर नाउ जस्ट रिमेंबर दैट depending upon the experimental procedure that is used or that is performed, you will get a respective molecular weight. Correct? तो ये कैसे करना है, फॉर्मूला डायरेक्टली हम लोग देखेंगे. फर्स्ट नंबर एवरेज, लेट्स सी, we will first see number average molecular weight. Okay, so you can now give title number average molecular weight. फॉर्मूला देखने से पहले लेट्स फर्स्ट गो बैक टू दिस कर्व. ओके, दिस डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन कर्व. तो इसको उन्होंने क्या किया है, लाइक हाउ डिड दे डिराइव दैट फॉर्मूला. बेसिकली दिस एंटायर रीजन कवर्ड बाय द कर्व रिप्रेजेंट्स द मॉलिक्यूलर वेट. तो इसको पहले तो बहुत सारे लेट्स से इन द डिफरेंट डिफरेंट बार्स इन डिफरेंट डिफरेंट एरियाज यू हैव टू डिवाइड. So let's say I'm dividing it into certain bars. Okay, and these are 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Okay, तो ये 9 बार्स में हमने पूरे डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन कर्व को डिवाइड कर लिया. so this range over here is a range of some molecular weight. It is not again one single molecular weight. Okay, it is range of molecular weight. Correct? This is second range of molecular weight. This is third range of molecular weight. And every molecular range will have a specific number. Ki haan, 100 molecules, let's say, have molecular weight M1. Correct? Next, let's say 250 molecules. This is N1. This is N2. Let's say 250 molecules have molecular weight N2. वैसे. So these molecular weights will be there. Now you have to simply derive the formula using this equation, that graph basically. M n bar will be summation of ni mi. Okay, and as it is number average, you have to divide by all number of molecules of polymer. Okay, all number of molecules of polymer. So this I can be 1. So you can note down this formula actually, and then you can expand it. I will expand it. I think we divided it into 9 parts, right? So N1 M1 plus N2 M2 till N9 M9. Divide by total number. N1 plus N2 plus till N9. So whatever data is given in the numerical problem, उतना आपको substitute करना पड़ेगा and then you will get the answer. Correct? So this is the formula for number average. Now this average is with respect to the number of molecules. Now what is that experiment? मतलब ऐसा कौन सा experimental procedure है? If you find, if you follow that or if you perform that, the molecular weight that you get will be with respect to number. Okay? So you have to tell me. I have a question for you. ऐसे कौन से properties है? Properties of molecules or compounds basically that depend upon number of molecules. What are those properties called as? Properties of molecules that depend upon. Very good. Yes.
Qualitative properties, ma'am.
Qualitative properties. Very good. Qualitative properties. So what are these qualitative properties? Like I think so. You know this also. Elevation in the boiling point or lowering of vapor pressure, freezing point depression. तो ये जो experiments है, cryoscopic experiment, ebelometry experiment, osmometry experiment, if you analyze your polymer sample in these experiments, by these experiments, okay, you will get those readings, okay, and those readings you can, there will be formula, and with the help of formula you can go back to the molecular weight of polymer, correct? Like for example, ये आपको imagine नहीं करने होगा. बहुत सिंपल वाला बोलते हैं, विस्कोसिटी वाला. एवरीबडी नोज व्हाट इज विस्कोसिटी, राइट? तो विस्कोसिटी एवरेज मॉलिक्यूलर वेट मतलब क्या? टेक द पॉलीमर, फाइंड आउट इट्स विस्कोसिटी. हाउ डू यू फाइंड आउट अ विस्कोसिटी? बेसिकली उसका फ्लो रेट फाइंड आउट करना है कि हाउ मच टाइम इट टेक्स टू फ्लो फ्रॉम पॉइंट ए टू पॉइंट बी. सो डिपेंडिंग अपॉन दैट टाइम, इफ इट टेक्स लॉन्गर टाइम मतलब विस्कस हो गया पॉलीमर, करेक्ट? अगर बहुत जल्दी फ्लो होता है मतलब लेस विस्कस हो गया. सो यू हैव टू फाइंड आउट विस्कोसिटी एंड देन फ्रॉम द विस्कोसिटी देयर आर फॉर्मूले. फ्रॉम दैट फॉर्मूले यू कैन गो बैक और यू कैन बैक कैलकुलेट द मॉलिक्यूलर वेट. यू कैन कमेंट अबाउट द मॉलिक्यूलर वेट ऑफ द पॉलीमर. तो करते क्या है? एक्सपेरिमेंट परफॉर्म करते हैं बेस्ड ऑन qualitative properties, and we all know qualitative properties are, they depend upon number of the molecules. So with the help of formula you get the number average molecular weight. Okay, so this is about number average molecular weight. Next, note down this formula. Next, we will see weight average molecular weight. Weight average molecular weight. Now you might have got clue कि number average में qualitative property, तो weight average में भी कोई एक ऐसा experiment होगा that actually depends, that property directly depends or relies on the weight of the substance. So from that we can calculate. वैसे हैं MW bar. Okay, MW bar. So the formula for this is weight of polymer having a specific molecular weight, their multiplication, divide by weight of the polymer, correct? Because it is average with respect to weight. It is average with respect to weight. So this you will have to expand, but correct? This you can definitely expand. You can write, okay, let's first write like this. Till W9 M9 divide by W1 plus W2 plus till W9. Okay, weight. So what did we do? Weight average में what is the fraction of what is the weight of the polymer having a specific molecular weight. So उसको multiply करना है. But weight को आप split कर सकते हैं. You can substitute for W. Okay, what you can substitute for W? So basically the weight quantity, for example, in this case, this entire region covered by first number 1, let's say this particular bar. So this entire region it represents the weight of the polymer molecule. So weight is nothing but number multiplied by molecular weight. Okay, number in moles, molecular weight in gram per mole. So you get nothing but weight in grams. So W के जगह पे you can substitute N into M. N into M. And you can then obviously rewrite this formula. मतलब वो actually simplify हो जाएगा. N I and M I square. Okay. Number average, weight average. Yes, I forgot to tell you about the experiment. So usually experiment which gives or which has a formula to calculate back the weight average molecular weight of polymer is light scattering experiments. Okay, light scattering experiments are performed, and depending upon how much they scatter the light, then that reading can be used for calculation of molecular weight. So the agenda over here is, in your exam, basically they will only, I think, ask you the numerical problems, correct? But number average kya hai, weight average kya hai, why polymers basically have average molecular weight, that you should understand, correct? And I think so now you will be able to answer those questions, because polymer is a macromolecule. It will have different number of monomers. It will never have same number of monomers. तो इसीलिए हमको उसका distribution height, the molecular weight is distributed. So you will have to speak about the average molecular weight and not the unique value of molecular weight. And then there are different like number average, weight average, viscosity average that you get depending upon what is the experimental procedure that you follow. If you follow something like colligative property based experiment, it will give you number average. If you follow light scattering based या फिर कोई अलग भी होंगे, I'm sure, then that will give you weight average. If you follow viscosity measurement, flow rate measurement, that will give you viscosity average molecular weight. So it is like that. Now there is one more concept which is, I think they ask in the numericals, PDI, poly dispersity index. Okay, poly dispersity index. So this is very simple. This is basically the ratio of weight average molecular weight upon number average molecular weight, correct? So usually जो हमारे natural polymers है, naturally present, okay, natural polymers, they have PDI equal to 1, okay, and sorry, and the synthetic polymers have got PDI this number average. Okay, now you tell me number average and weight average दोनों के formula आप लोग ने note किए, correct? Now can you tell me what will be the general observation? Weight average molecular weight will be higher or number average molecular weight will be higher? What do you think?
weight वाला ज्यादा,
weight वाला ज्यादा रहेगा,
Weight
okay? Yes, correct.
yes.
So जो basically weight average is usually higher because you understood, right? Because it is mi square, correct? So heavier जो fractions है molecule की वो बहुत ज़्यादा contribute करती है in the weight average. So this ratio in terms for synthetic polymers, will it be equal to 1, less than 1, or greater than 1?
More than 1.
Greater than
Yes,
1.
it is greater than 1. Correct. So I will have to erase this equal to sign, and I will have to write for synthetic polymers PDI is always greater than 1. क्योंकि number average तो definitely small रहेगा, weight average is higher. Now what does that mean? What does that mean? कि number equal to 1, greater than 1. So when it is greater than 1, which means the polymer, we call polymer, it is poly dispersed. मतलब there are different monomers having different number of monomers in it. Okay, it is the polymer does not have same number of monomers. That is one significance of this index. Okay, from this index you come to know. Hence, as PDI for natural polymers is 1, we call them, they are mono dispersed. Okay, they are monodisperse. मतलब all the polymeric chains in a natural polymer sample will have same n, small n. Okay, so they are monodispersed, but synthetically it is very difficult to control the reaction. You cannot predict कि कहाँ पे वो chain propagation stop होगा, इसलिए they are usually, mostly they are all polydispersed. Okay, now what is the time? अच्छा, एक भी नहीं बचा है, ठीक है, चलो. तो फॉर्मूला यूज करके नाउ यू हैव टू सॉल्व द न्यूमेरिकल प्रॉब्लम. पीपीटी झाली का ओपन? हाँ, झाली. I think there are two problems and two are more than sufficient. It is a very heavy presentation. Size थोड़ा ज्यादा हो गया इसका, GIF and all की वजह से. ठीक है, I think so I'll dictate, उससे ज्यादा फास्ट हो जाएगा. Just a minute, एक मिनट. चलो, write down. I will also write the data in one note. Right. A polymer has the following composition. A polymer has the following composition. 100 molecules, 100 molecules have molecular weight 1000. 100 molecules have molecular weight 1000. 200 molecules have molecular weight 2000. 500 molecules have molecular weight 5000. Calculate number average. Okay, calculate number average, weight average, and PDI.
Ma'am, 100 molecules have 1000, na?
हाँ, 1000. Yes, 1000. 100 molecules, 1000, 200, 2000, 500, 5000. Calculate number average, weight average, and PDI. Calculate and tell me the answer. हाँ, yes.
हेलो, आपका स्क्रीन.
अच्छा, एक मिनट.
दिख रहा है आपका स्क्रीन?
हाँ दिख रहा है, बड़ा आई हैव रिटन एक्चुअली, वो दिख नहीं रहा है. मेरा पूरा डेटा लिख के हो गया है. ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं, मैं वैसे भी सॉल्व नहीं करने वाली, इसमें क्या सॉल्व करूं, एवरेज का सम है. डेटा सबके पास है. 100 मॉलिक्यूल्स 1000, 200 मॉलिक्यूल्स 2000, 300 मॉलिक्यूल्स, सॉरी 500 मॉलिक्यूल्स 5000. 500 मॉलिक्यूल्स 5000. Solve and tell me the answer. But can you guess from the data given what will be PDI? Will it be equal to 1 or greater than 1? I will not ask you will it be less than 1, because it cannot be less than 1.
Ma'am, greater than 1. It will be greater.
Yes, correct. Because it is a polydispersed sample. Because आपको different data दिया है ना? Correct. Yes. Anyone got the answer?
Seven five zero.
750.
3750.
3750. 37.
Correct. That is the correct answer.
मैम 3 आपने सुना नहीं?
हाँ. Weight average. C750 is the correct answer. I will type the answers in the chat. For number average, as you can't see the screen, I'm typing the answer. 3750. Weight average बताओ कितना आया?
428.
428. No. It is 4 only. 4,000 something, but not 428. Got the answer?
$446.66.
हाँ, ये correct है. 446. 400 की 4,000.
4,000 मैम.
हाँ, 4,400.
4,466.6666.
हाँ,
4466.
okay. Now calculate PDI. PDI is the ratio 4466.66 upon 3750.
1.19.
1.19.
Yes, correct. 1.19. So this sample is polydispersed as we have said, and we got the value above 1, greater than 1. Okay. Next one. Next problem. Second one that we are solving is, write down, 100 molecules have molecular weight 100. Okay, 100. Now I am writing the data. 100 molecules have molecular weight 100. 200 molecules have molecular weight 1000. 200 molecules have molecular weight 1000. 300 molecules have molecular weight 10,000. 10,000. Okay. Calculate same number average, weight average, and PDI.
$300 को कितना बोला मैम?
300 को 10,000.
5,350.
एक minute. 5,350. Yes. Number average is correct. 5,350. Correct. So average molecular weight with respect to number is this. Number average is 5350. चलो weight average बताओ.
9408.
94 थांबा. 9408. हाँ असंच काहीतरी आहे बरोबर. 9408.
0.4112.
0.411 ना ठीक आहे. I'll just write 0.41. That
Okay.
is correct answer. 9408.41. हाँ ये सही जवाब है. PDI. I'm typing the answers. PDI is 9408.41 divided by 5350.
1.7585.
1.75. 7585. So you can write 1.76.
Okay, ma'am. 1.76.
हाँ ठीक है, ऐसे लिखोगे तो भी चलेगा. 1.76. Okay. So we have solved 2 numerical problems and I think that's sufficient. Okay, मतलब अभी इसमें 2 और 3 या फिर ये सॉल्व करने का कुछ मीनिंग नहीं है, तो 2 sufficient है. But only maybe the tip I can give you is कि आप क्या करो ना, whenever you are solving this sum comes actually for 4 marks, correct? And then you can understand कि इसमें इतना कुछ ज्यादा logical सोचना या फिर कुछ implement करना नहीं है. Also extracting the data from the numerical is also easy because straight away data दिया हुआ है. Like for example, if you remember in COD numerical problems, उसमें बहुत सारा data देते थे. Then it is a task for you to actually first extract the data, understand the numerical, and then put it in the formula. But यहाँ पे बहुत simple है, 4 marks के लिए है, तो कहाँ पे marks cut करेंगे? If you don't write the formula, okay, if you don't show the substitution like 100 into 100, 200 into 1000, 300 into 10,000, तो वो छोटी छोटी चीजें हैं that you have to keep in mind if you want the full 4 marks. Understood? Only that thing I can tell right now. Chalo. So now we are left only with the concept of conducting polymers, also the concept of glass transition temperature. Correct? So I will stop now. Hope you all understood this lecture.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
चलो. So now I'll end the lecture. Lecture के बारे में, हाँ, I told you about the polymer assignment, right? It will be an open book assignment in the next week, Monday or Tuesday. Remember that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am,
चलो then.
मैम इसका
हाँ,
पीपीटी
yes. हाँ, मैंने किया है upload. In the beginning only, in the starting of the lecture, I was uploading it.
अब पूरा
It's uploaded.
polymer
Yes.
सब
हाँ,
पे.
हाँ. हाँ, पूरा कर दिया because actually chapter मैंने सोचा I will split it, but then it makes no sense because almost it is done. Correct. Also that I think you only told me ना कि ये जो whatever I write that also I download and posted in the file section. The polymers का मैंने अब तक किया नहीं है. Other chapters I've done, so that also you can refer. Okay. चलो. Anything else? Anyone having any doubt?
मैम
हाँ.
केवलर के रिएक्शन में आपने -HCl लिखा लेकिन -2NHCl क्यों नहीं लिखा?
-2NHCl. 2NHCl क्यों चाहिए?
मैम 2HCl रिमूव होते हैं ना उसमें से.
हाँ, बिकॉज तुम वो जो फर्स्ट वाला ये है, मतलब जो फर्स्ट मोनोमर है वहां पे यू राइट CO एंड एट द एंड आल्सो यू राइट NH. करेक्ट? इसकी वजह से बोल रही हो ना तुम कि वो 2 मॉलिक्यूल जा रहे हैं यहाँ से. हाँ, so that also you can write, but उतना I don't think so it makes any sense. वैसे तो बहुत सारे ये करते होंगे, so you can write 2N or N. I don't think so anybody is going to deduct the marks for that. That is fine. That what you are saying is I understood कि 2N क्यों बोल रही हो तुम. स्टार्टिंग का वो एक CO CL एंड पैरा अमाइनो एनिलीन का वहाँ का एंड वाला. So I got the point, but that is fine if you write it that way also.
ओके मैम, थैंक यू.
हाँ, yes, no problem. चलो next. Ameya, any doubt? Ameya Mari.
No, ma'am.
हाँ, ठीक है. Okay.
Ma'am,
हाँ, yes.
ma'am, is the MS form for practical submission uploaded?
MS form for practicals. Yes, I've given
For experiment 4 and 5?
4 and 5. दिया था ना मैंने 4 and 5.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, ma'am.
यस मैम.
हाँ. Okay, if you see, basically, what am I going to do? अच्छा हुआ तुमने पूछा. Actually, I think so. Some of the students have missed, not maybe in your class, but maybe in another classes also. So I am going to actually at the end again open those forms, correct? And if you have not submitted, you can submit. I do not wish to cut any marks and all of that. क्योंकि there are chances that you can forget submitting the experiment. But how will you come to know? Because कुछ बच्चे ऐसे भी होते हैं कि जिनको याद नहीं रहता कि उन्होंने सबमिट किया है कि नहीं. मतलब ये भी होता है. So the
Madam.
form, हाँ, एक minute, let me finish. The form actually receives only one response. So if you click on the link and if it says that your response is submitted, which means you have submitted the experiment. So that you can do. समझा? So at the end, maybe next week, I will open all the forms, and if in case you have forgotten, you can submit. But obviously, जो तुम late submit करोगे, that I will come to know from the dates of submission. So accordingly, you will be given the marks. But at least I'm allowing you to submit, okay? वैसे. हाँ, yes. अभी बोलो अमेया.
But ma'am, today is the last date, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know today is the last date, but I will open all the forms in the next week again. Today is the last date, so you can ask someone, CRs and DCRs. They have the link.
Okay, ma'am.
हाँ, for 4th and 5th. Yes, Ameya.
नहीं मैम, वही पूछ रहा था कि लिंक मतलब लिंक आप वापस पोस्ट कर सकते हैं। अभी सीडीआर और डीसीआर से पूछ लूंगा मैं।
अच्छा, ठीक है. देखो, एक और क्या कर सकते हैं ना हम लोग. आई एम सॉरी, आई एम टेकिंग योर टाइम, बट व्हाट वी कैन डू इज, जो टीम्स में यू नो राइट हाउ आई पोस्ट द असाइनमेंट इन द असाइनमेंट सेक्शन, तो वो
Yes,
सबको
ma'am.
नोटिफिकेशन जाता है. करेक्ट, सबको
हाँ.
नोटिफिकेशन जाता है.
Yes.
तो एक्सपेरिमेंट के फॉर्म्स भी मैं वैसे ही ओपन करूंगी, सो दैट एवरीबडी कम्स टू नो दैट द मे बी द सबमिशन इज देयर. वैसे कर
Yes,
सकते हैं
ma'am.
हम.
That's
ठीक है, दैट वी कैन डू.
मैडम,
हाँ,
एक्सपेरिमेंट के मतलब कहाँ पे होंगे वो?
मैं एक्चुअली थ्योरी टीम में ही करूंगी, बिकॉज आई विल हैव टू डू इट 3 टाइम्स इफ आई गो इन द प्रैक्टिकल टीम.
हाँ.
यहाँ पे जो थ्योरी टीम का असाइनमेंट सेक्शन है, वहीं पे आई विल अगेन अपलोड द फॉर्म फॉर एक्सपेरिमेंट सबमिशन.
ओके.
पॉलीमर
मैम
का
सब
पीपीटी अपलोड नहीं
प्रैक्टिकल्स का
हुआ शायद.
लिंक ग्रुप पे ना 5-6 बार अपलोड करके हो गया है।
हाँ मैम, वही 5-6 बार
हाँ,
किया है।
बहुत बार
नहीं,
अपलोड
नहीं
करके
वो,
हो गया, फिर
हाँ
भी वो
वो
नहीं
वो
सबमिट करते।
तो नहीं, वो मुझे पता है, ये ऐसे होता है. फिर भी मुझे भी पर्सनली मैसेजेस करते हैं. तो तुम तो समझो कि इफ आई एम टीचिंग 3 ब्रांचेस, आई एम सॉरी, तो इट एक्चुअली इज 6 डिविजन. ओके, तो 6 डिविजन में कितने बच्चे होंगे? 60 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 6, एवरेज इज 60. लेट्स से देयर आर एक्चुअली 70 पर डिविजन. तो एवरीबडी मैसेजेस मी. तो उसमें से अगर 10% भी मुझे पर्सनली मैसेज करते हैं, एंड एक तो लाइक आई डोंट हैव एनीवन्स नंबर, तो वो नंबर कैसे दिखते हैं मेरे व्हाट्सएप में इफ आई ओपन, मतलब मेरे फ्रेंड्स एंड फैमिली से ज्यादा अननोन नंबर से मैसेजेस होते हैं, बिकॉज इट इज फ्रॉम एक्चुअली स्टूडेंट्स. ओके, बट देन आई हैव टू गेट द लिंक फ्रॉम द फोन, ऐसे फिर सबको दो पर्सनली. वो मैं भी करती हूँ. ठीक है हर्षल, तो ये होता है ऑनलाइन का. यू कैन से क्या बोलते हैं, वो डिसएडवांटेज है. हाँ, क्या
मैम
बोला?
हमने ना ये सब डालने के लिए ना, मैम हमने ये सब एक जगह पे रखने के लिए अलग से ग्रुप भी बनाया है, तो कि वो लोग वहाँ चेक ही नहीं करते, पर्सनल पे ही
हाँ,
पूछते
तो
हैं।
यस, देखो, तो ये क्या है ना, यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड कि जैसे कि I kind of get irritated, but then I have to be very patient because this is online mode. अगर आप मुझे ऐसे नहीं पूछोगे तो कैसे पूछोगे? मैं ऐसे सोचती हूँ और फिर मैं बहुत ही calmly I reply, correct? Because that's the only way you can communicate with me, I believe. But then वो बच्चे जो 4 है अभी CR DCR, वो भी परेशान होते होंगे, correct? Because they are handling one class, like 2 divisions. I am handling 6 divisions. करेक्ट, सो इट बिकम्स वेरी वेरी टैक्सिंग एंड बहुत कभी कभी अनोइंग हो जाता है, बिकॉज यू आर डूइंग समथिंग एल्स एंड इन बिटवीन समवन आस्क्स समथिंग. तो आप क्या कर सकते हो स्टूडेंट्स, एवरीबडी हैज टू टेक रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी फॉर योर ओन लर्निंग. it is online mode, it has got that little disadvantage, so you have to be responsible for your own learning, for your own submissions, for your own term work. अंडरस्टूड? तो वो करते हैं उनका काम. आई ट्रस्ट देम, ऑब्वियसली दे आर वेरी सिंसियर, दे आर डूइंग देयर जॉब. बट आपको भी थोड़ा रेगुलरली अपडेटेड रहना पड़ेगा, समझा? चलो, तो अभी कितना टाइम हुआ? हाँ, 3 मिनट एक्स्ट्रा. ओके, तो नाउ शैल आई एंड द मीटिंग?
Yes,
Bye,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Bye, ma'am. भूख लगी है।
हाँ, चलो,
Yes,
भूख
ma'am.
लग रही है ना,
Bye.
मुझे भी.
हाँ.
चलो,
Bye.
बाय, टेक केयर,
Bye,
एंजॉय योर
Take
वीकेंड.
care. Bye, ma'am.
बाय.
Bye,
Yes, ma'am.
ma'am.
You too.
Bye, ma'am. Thank
Bye,
you.
ma'am.
Bye, ma'am. धन्यवाद. Thank you, ma'am.
धन्यवाद. यस, बाय.
बाय मैम।